Hey guys, in this video we're going to be learning all about different chord inversions. So that's how you decide to stack the different notes that you have in your specific chords. So if we're going with basic chords where we've got three different notes, we've got root inversion, which is when the note at the bottom is the note that's the name of the chord. So for example, C major, if we were in root inversion, the bottom note would be C. So for example, C major, C, E, G, the C is at the bottom, that is root position. If we decide we're going to have the middle note at the bottom, which is the E, means we're going to take the C and put it at the top. Okay, so instead of having C at the bottom, the C is going to be at the top. It means the E is at the bottom. So we've got E, G, and C. So it's the same notes, they're just in a different order, a different note at the bottom. If the second note is at the bottom, it's going to be a first inversion chord. So our E is at the bottom. And if we decide to have G at the bottom, take that E and put it at the top, it's a second inversion chord. So we've got G, C, and E. Okay? So it's still the same three notes, we're just stacking them in different ways. Now the reason we might do this is because sometimes when you're playing songs from chords and things like that, you want to be able to move your hand as little as possible so that you can concentrate on what you're playing or who you're playing to and not have to stare at your hands. If you play everything in root inversion, you're doing a lot of jumping around. Whereas if you start changing the inversions, it makes it a lot easier for a lot less work for your hand when you're playing. So for the example I'm going to use is the 4-chord song. And I've put it all into the key of C major to start with, so that we only have to concentrate on the white notes. But the original key is E major, so then I'm going to show you what happens when we have to start including black notes in as well. We might change up which inversions we decide to use. So the chords for the 4-chord song in C major, which I have written out here, are C, C major, G major, A minor, and F. So I'm going to start off going through them in root position, and then we're going to work out a simpler way to play them. So C major, C, E, G. Then we've got G major, G, B, D. Now that's quite a jump, whether we're going down or from C if we're going up. Okay. For now we'll go down, but it's a jump either way. So C major to G major. Then we go to A minor, which is A, C, E. Now this is only one step up, so that's not too bad of a jump, whatever position you're in. A minor is A, C, E. And then we've got F major, F, A, C. And then we have to go back to our C again if we're repeating these chords over and over again. So again, that's a big jump back up to C again. Now there is an easier way to do this if we decide to mix up the inversions. So I'm going to start with my C major chord in root inversion. So we've got our C, E, G. And then I'm going to look for which note or notes my C major has in common with my G major. Now, C major has C, E, and G. And G major has G, B, and D. So G is the common note between those two chords. So I want to try and keep my G in the same place. Now my second finger is already over the D, which means I won't have to move my hand there at all. All I need to do is stretch my thumb out from C to B, and my hand is in the right place for a first inversion G major chord, because I've got the B at the bottom rather than the G. So I'm going from C major in root position, second finger's already in the right place, going to stretch out my thumb, and I've got a first inversion G major chord. Now my next chord, A minor, has A, C, and E. That has no notes in common with my G major chord of G, B, D. But as we talked about when we were doing them all in root position, all those notes are just one step up from our G major chord. So from our G major chord in first inversion, B, D, and G, we can step everything up so that the B goes to C, the second finger that's on the D goes to the E, and my little finger, which is on the G, just takes a step up to A. So we're going from a G major first inversion chord, everything steps up one note, to an an A minor first inversion chord. So from the start, C major in root position, second finger's already in the right place, stretch out my thumb, G major in first inversion, taking a step up with all my fingers, takes us to A minor first inversion. Now A minor, we've got A, C, E. My last chord is F major, which is F, A, C. We have A and C in common in those chords, so I want to try and keep those the same. So my second finger's on the E in the middle. My middle finger is already over the F. So I can actually just change that middle note and I have an F major chord in second inversion because it's the C at the bottom still. Okay, so in A minor, first inversion chord, C, E, A. Just change the middle note from an E